Hello, students. This is Mr. Martirone. You guys need to take out your French Revolution packets. I am not here, but we're going to finish up those notes anyway, and we're going to get you prepared for your quiz tomorrow. All right. Just to recap, we discussed the financial crisis in France, which was the answer to number 5 in your pink packet. Why was France in such financial troubles? And we're going to pick up with the meeting of the Estates General, which is number 6 in your packet. King Louis XVI summoned the Estates General in the 1789 summer. What was the Estates General? Well, we know that the Estates General is the government of France. That is their legislative body. So Louis XVI summoned the estates. They summon the clergy, the nobles, and the commoners. And basically what Louis does is he asks each of them to write down, each of the estates to write down their concerns or grievance in what is called a carrière. And a carrière is simply a very fancy French word for notebook or some sort of leather binding. So what the estates did was they put all of their complaints in a binding and met with the king. This did not go well because you had all three of the estates very, very angry with Louis XVI. So as a result, that takes us to question number 7. Describe the successes and failures of the tennis court oath. Well, the delegate from the Estates General and the Third Estate were mostly lawyers and middle-class officials, and they went to Versailles to solve France's financial crisis. They demanded Louis XVI reform. So you have to understand what's happening is the Third Estate, the three estates are meeting, and they each have one vote. And because the First and Second Estate could basically team up and block the Third Estate thought it was very unfair, especially in terms of their tax policies. So what the Third Estate decides to do is they form their own new government. It is called the National Assembly, right here, National Assembly. Make sure you write that down, highlight it, or star it. And they invite delegates from the other estates to join in, and the whole plan of the National Assembly is to write the new constitution for France. And what happens is the delegates get kicked out of Versailles, and they meet on a tennis court. It's actually an indoor squash court, but it is known as the tennis court oath. And all the members of the Third Estate, the political leaders, they meet there, and they vow not to leave until after a new constitution was drafted. All right. So go ahead, take a minute, make sure you have these notes down for question number 7. I will give you 1 minute to copy that down. All right, you have about another 30 seconds, so begin to summarize these points on the National Assembly. And I would make sure you underline the tennis court oath and know that this is where France created a new government, the National Assembly. All right, we're going to move on to number 8 now. What is the National Assembly? Well, the Estates General, which was the form of government that limited Louis XVI's power, is gone. And to take its place, we now have the National Assembly. And the National Assembly is run by the Third Estate, and the clergy and the nobles are invited to show up. Louis XVI is forced to accept some of these changes, but he's really not wild about them. So he sends troops into Paris to enforce some of the law and order of his decisions. And that will take us to the climax of the early parts of the French Revolution, which is number 9. Describe the events of July 14th, 1789. It is known as Bastille Day. All right. This is known as the storming of the Bastille. This is known as the popular start to the French Revolution. So what happens is this. The Bastille is actually a medieval dungeon that was where Louis XVI and other kings held their political prisoners and jailed them and tortured them. Enemies of the king were kept there. The members of the Third Estate stormed the Bastille, and they were demanding weapons and gunpowder. So anytime you have an angry mob, weapons and gunpowder, the result is usually catastrophic. And what happens is the commander of the Bastille gives the command to fire on the crowd to push them back. As a result, 98 revolutionaries were killed, and then those revolutionaries stormed the Bastille and literally tear it down brick by brick. As a result, 5 guards were killed. The commander who was in charge of the Bastille, his head was actually severed and put on a pike and paraded around the streets of Paris. This event, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the kind of the more important point you want to get down, this action of storming of the Bastille quickly became known as the beginning of the French Revolution. Where we celebrate the 4th of July as our Independence Day, well, July 14th in France is known as Bastille Day, and this is the popular beginning of the French Revolution. Take a minute. I'll give you about 20 seconds. Just make sure you have these notes copied down. All right. Now, I've given you the remainder of the background. Your task, you will have the remainder of the class period. Use the textbook, your textbook, and begin your packet on Chapter 11, which is the French Revolution. You want to have done Chapter 11, Section 1 and Chapter 11, Section 2 for tomorrow's class, as well as tonight for homework, if you haven't done so already, you need to watch the flipped classroom entitled The Revolution Unfolds in 1789 and complete that part of the packet for the flipped classroom in your pink notes. And you will have a quiz on parts 1 and 2 the next time our class meets. So if our class is meeting on Wednesday, your quiz will be Wednesday. If I don't see you until Thursday, your quiz will be Thursday. All right? If you have any questions, you can post them onto Edmodo. Please get to work and let's be productive today.